I swear, for some odd reason, it never does the thumbnail anymore. It's like since I'm outside or something, it doesn't want to do it, and it is crazy hot out here. And I don't know if I can turn around this way and it go away, maybe a little bit. What's up, Rob? How's it going, buddy? Huge unveiling tomorrow. Some people may already know what that is. Some people may not. I am a little early tonight. I'm a little hungry, so I thought I'd come on a little early. Maybe have a chance to get something to eat here in a little bit. How's it going, Chad? Hope you had a great hump day. My hump day was okay. Hot, but wait, did you just start? I did. I just now started the live stream 55 seconds ago. So we're 55 seconds in. And like I always say, I wear long sleeves out here because of the mosquitoes, and I'm already sweltering in this 90 some degree heat today. Crazy. Been super hot. Unveiling tomorrow. I'm not going to give it away. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably kind of already know what it is. But big unveiling tomorrow. You crazy in those long? I know it. I know it. But if I don't wear these long sleeves, man, that field back there stays kind of damp, and those mosquitoes eat me up. And I'm not saying what it is yet. Not saying what it is. Just saying there's a big unveiling tomorrow. Video's been shot for a couple days. I actually edited it today, so it's ready to go up in the morning. It will be up in the morning. Funny story. So the early people that's on right now, get this story. So apparently, I don't know how this happened, but I got a mosquito in my bedroom. Better not be a Prius. Maybe. I told Rob on my Instagram it was a Prius. We'll have to wait and see. Well, you edited. I edited a little bit. Let me go ahead and put this on live chat before Edge tells me to. All right, now we're on live chat. So I got a mosquito in the bedroom somehow, and that thing has been eating me up. I must have like 20 mosquito bites on me. So it probably wasn't even no use to even wearing long sleeves out here because they'd just be biting other mosquito bites. But that thing has tore me up. It will never die because it has an unlimited food source. It is nuts. I'm afraid, like when I go to bed, I cover my head up. And this is everybody's laughed at me on this, but I cover my head up, and I even cover up my ear because I have this huge fear that this little mosquito is going to fly in my ear and either bite me inside the ear or lay eggs in my ear. And it freaks me out, the thought about that. So I always cover up my ear so the mosquito can't get in my ear. I don't know what that was. I heard something buzz behind me. But I don't know where that thing come from. But it's going to be like 40 pounds by next week if it keeps biting me. Let's see what we got, man. You two come on, guys. Live chat. Yep, I did the live chat. I did it. We're good to go. I can't get this camera. There we go. I think that's straight. Hi, Gear. What's up, Bean? How's it going, buddy? Hi, Edge. Hi, Rob. How you been? And all. Oh, man. It's been hot here. Has it been hot there? I mean, I've got videos I want to do with my truck, and I'm going to start doing them now, and it has to do with heat. And I think this week or maybe next week is some perfect time to do that. I'm going to be testing out some stuff, so that video's coming. But I'll be testing out a few things to see which one actually keeps your vehicle cooler. And I don't know if that video will be up next week. I've got several videos I shot earlier this week that'll be going up in the next few days, or I actually want to go up tomorrow, and then the rest of them will be going up next week. Might suck on your brain and make you like Rob. Just kidding. Oh yeah, I know, right? Yep. I'd have this big swelled head. Amazon sucks when it comes to buying Funko Pops. They send them damaged and don't care. I've never bought a Funko Pop from Amazon. Now, we used to collect those things. We've not bought one in years. If I keep my arm up like this, I keep the glare off my face. We used to collect those things, and we actually ran out of places to put them, so we just quit buying them. Now, my wife did buy me one for Father's Day. It was Tyrion Lannister sitting on the Game of Thrones throne, the Iron Throne, I guess. But that's the last one we bought in like forever. I don't know how long it's been. We just don't have anywhere to put them. Yep, not crazy or creepy at all. Not at all. Not at all. What's the vehicle I see reflected in your eyes? The vehicle you see reflected in my eyes is a Roush Mustang. It's dead nuts in front of me. I actually backed it up so I could sit right here. And this is crazy. I walked outside and I backed up my Mustang. And if you follow me on Instagram, you notice that I washed the Mustang and cleaned it up this weekend, and I washed the truck and actually cleaned it up for like the first time in like 4 months. But so they're both clean. But when I backed up the Mustang, there was like this spot on the floor, and it looked like oil, like it had leaked oil. And I was like, what the crap? And I got to looking, I touched it and rubbed my fingers on it, and I was like, it felt like oil. And I was like, what in the world is going on here? Because I know my Mustang's not leaking. And I'd forgot I'd put all this tire shine on the tires, and it had drained down, and it run down and puddled up in an area, and it kind of dried out. But I guess in that area, it kind of made an oil slick, because on the other side, it's kind of the same way. I guess the heat didn't evaporate or whatever, since it was kind of oil-based substance. And there goes a tractor and trailer down my little road. But anyway, it was kind of an oil-based substance, and that's what it was, and I forgot it, and it had run off the tires back there. And I was like, what in the world? I didn't thought my Mustang was leaking. I was about to freak out. I was like, we're going to have to fix that. I'm not a big fan of oil leaks. When I look for a vehicle, I really look at oil leaks, because I'm not into that. I'm not a mechanic. You know, I can do bolt-on mods and stuff like that, and I can do your normal small stuff, but I'm not a big mechanic. So if it's got a major oil leak, or some oil leak leaking from somewhere, it takes a lot to fix it, that's getting paid for. I'm not taking that apart. That's not me. And I probably could do that. I'm not saying I couldn't, but I'm afraid I'd mess something up and not get it back right. So I'm like, nope. Gear, I hope you don't unveil that you don't have on pants. You'll never know. You'll never know, Beans. Your infatuations and, imagination will just have to keep running wild on that. Gear, download the Funko app on your phone and put all your pops on there, and it will tell you what they're worth. I know around about what mine's worth. I've got some that's worth quite a bit, actually. I've actually got like the bank robber Joker and a bunch of other ones that are actually in the vault, and I know that one's worth well over $100. So, and I actually bought it new off the shelf, so I paid like $10 for it. Did you say oil? Yep, I said oil. That's funny that you say that, because I was actually talking about accents today with a lady at work. And she said that she started a YouTube channel for school, that they required her to do something on YouTube or social media or something. So she made a video about making biscuits. And I actually referred Edge's video, his egg video. I was like, well, my buddy has a video, and it has like 320,000 views off making an egg. I said, you should have left that video up, just seeing how many it had. But she took it down, and she said she took it down because she sounded like such a hick. And I told her, I said, people on YouTube love to hear me say oil. I don't know why, but everybody loves to hear me say oil. And it's funny that you say that, because I was just talking about that today. Did you say you leaked old on the floor? That would be you. That would be you. You probably leaked old on the floor. And it was so much old that you leaked that Krista couldn't even clean it up. Rob, is you reflecting in Gear's eyes? Not even close. Rob is well, I can't say he's nowhere around me. I don't know where Rob's at. I would assume Rob is in Texas, but I don't know that. Sorry guys, just listening right now. Gear don't like lube leak. No, Gear does not like any kind of lube leak at all in any situation. Hello Gear, hi everyone, how's it going? Stormy pretty bad here in Dallas-Fort Worth area. Hey, stay safe, Terrence. I appreciate you being here, buddy. It has like a 40% chance of rain. Again, sorry about the glare, but that sun is just like right there. It's always had like a 40% chance of rain here, like every day, and it never rains. I don't know, like the last few days, it's not really rained much. And then we'll get like one huge rain on a day it ain't supposed to rain at all. And then like the days it's supposed to rain, nothing. It's just like 95 degrees and just sweltering. So I do want to say though, the longer I'm out here with the long sleeves on, I'm not as hot as I was when I got here. I don't know what the deal is with that, but really and truly, it's not as bad now as it was when I started. I have one Funko Pop that's worth 145. Now here's the thing about that, Bean. Do you know somebody that will pay you $145 for that? I mean, I'm just asking. Because something's only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. Just because a book or an online place or something like that says, hey, this is worth $5,000. If nobody's willing to buy it for $5,000, then it's only worth what somebody is willing to pay for it. Now, that may give you a starting point that, hey, this pop, we value it at $145. But if nobody in the world is willing to pay $145 for it, they're only willing to pay $50, then it's only worth $50. Now, like I said, the value of it may be $145, but the worth is only worth what somebody's willing to, what the highest person bidding on it is willing to pay for it. And I learned that with baseball cards. Years ago, I collected baseball cards. I have tons of those things, which are totally invaluable now because eBay and, Amazon and places like that. So years ago, when you was going to buy a baseball card, you had to hunt that card down. You had to go to card shops, which no longer exist. You had to go to card shops and just get lucky to find that one card that you were looking for. Well, fast forward 2019, now you go on eBay or you go to Google or you go to Amazon and you type in, Reggie Jackson rookie card, and 5,000 of them come up, and half of those are probably not authentic. They're probably replicated. So, it's only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. Now, baseball cards used to be worth, hundreds of dollars. Now those cards that are worth hundreds of dollars are probably worth $20. There again, the book probably still says it's worth $400, but somebody's only willing to pay $20. It's only worth $20. What we got here? Let's see here. That's how I say oil. Me too, man. Southern Comfort. Me too. I mean, that's the only way to say oil, ain't it? We have co-ops, and usually they're from up north, and they talk about how we talk funny, and we tell them we don't talk funny. They're down here. They talk funny. They're the minority in the accent. So we're not the ones talking funny down here. We talk funny up there, but we don't talk funny down here. The streets in New Orleans are flooded. Really? I knew there was a tropical storm coming. I seen it online the other day. Hurricane season starting to come around and all that stuff. We still got about 3.5 or 4 weeks before we go back to the beach. So hopefully, nothing like that's coming our way then. But I did see where the tropical storm was coming out, and we actually thought it was turning in like you're going to Florida, but it looked like it was actually turning towards Louisiana and Texas area. So I don't know how that's going. If you live in those areas, be safe. If you live in an area that's prone to flooding, make sure you get some sandbags. And I do want to say this. You would think this would be common sense. I probably helped save someone's house a while back. Hurricane Irma, I believe it was Irma. Yeah, it was Irma. I evacuated for Hurricane Irma. I've said that numerous times. I was in St. Petersburg. That's almost dead nuts where that hurricane hit, and I evacuated for it. When I got home, I had friends in Miami, and they lived there. They wasn't just staying there. They lived there, and they had contacted me, and they were like, we can't leave. And I was like, why can't you leave? And the hurricane was supposed to be there in 24 hours, let's say. Well, the estimated time to get from Miami to out of Florida, just out of Florida, not even out of, Georgia or something, just out of Florida, was like 52 hours. So she was like, even by the time we got out of Florida, we would still be on the interstate when the hurricane hit. So we have to ride it out because we don't have enough time to leave. So this hurricane hits, and they start, I think his wife did a live stream or something like that on was it Instagram? It was on some social media platform, and then I logged on. And they were talking about water was coming in their house. And they were freaking out. And they had sandbags laying there. And I said, wait a minute, whoa. You have to put the sandbags in something that will absorb water. They had went and bought sand in plastic bags and left the sand in the plastic bag. And of course, when the water hit that bag, it was just going around it. It wasn't absorbing in the sand because it couldn't. It had plastic around it. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. So I was like, what you need to do is go get pillowcases, pour that sand in the pillowcases, and then pile it up in front of your doors. And when they did that, it absorbed the water, and the water kept coming in at the rate it was coming. Of course, if you do that, you may get a little seepage of water coming in. That may be inevitable, but it will at least. So I know most of y'all probably know this, but just on the happens chance that you don't, if you buy sand, put it in like a pillowcase or a burlap sack, something, not a burlap sack because it would just run through it, but some kind of cloth material so that the water can absorb into it. I know I probably didn't need to tell you guys that, but I didn't think I needed to tell them that either. We're going to have a hurricane heading Texas way soon, North Texas. Have they said it's officially going to turn into a hurricane? Last I heard, it was a tropical storm and had the chance to be a hurricane, but I don't know if they ever said it was actually going to be. But it was actually heading that way. I do remember seeing that. I don't know if they named it. I didn't catch the name of it, but I was watching that intently to see where it was going. And Rob, I have to say, you and Krista came to my mind when I seen it going that direction. I was like, I hope it doesn't hit there. And also Eddie Smallhorn and his family, Christina and them, I hope it doesn't hit there either. I've got my eye on that tropical storm. I'm too far north to be in any danger. That's good to hear, Terrence. I'm glad to hear that, buddy. But anybody that is in the eye of the storm, stay safe. Rob, you think you are? And I didn't understand this until Hurricane Irma, and I'd seen hurricanes and I'd watched hurricanes. It's not necessarily the hurricane that gets you. It's that surge water that comes surging in, just miles inland. All this water overflows and just floods the whole place. Now at the beach, yes, you get a lot of rain, you get a lot of wind, and the wind does crazy damage and blows houses down. I'm not saying you don't get hurt, don't get tore up there, but that surge water, man, and I know you've got that big, well, heck, it looked like a lake the other day, but I guess it was really like a river behind your house. So, you're pretty high up on a hill, and I just hope that stuff stays. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just trying to prepare you. Where are we at here? Rob, that hurricane is going to bring more snakes and spiders to your house. It may do it. It may do it, Bede. And if it does, that's going to be funny because I don't want Rob to get flooded out, or I don't want anything dangerous to get there. But I think it's funny when Rob sees something. Another funny story. I'm picking on Rob here about his, not spiders, but, cockroaches and stuff like that. So I was doing something in one of my vehicles the other day, and this spider that was about this big. Now, it had a little body. It was almost like a granddaddy long legs, but it wasn't like it was something, it didn't look identical to that, but it was made like a granddaddy long legs. And I had a little screwdriver in my hand. I was working on something, and all of a sudden it come running out from underneath the dash. I was like, oh! I was like, spider! I don't like spiders, just for the record. And I tried to hit it with the screwdriver, and it got away. So that thing is still in my vehicle somewhere. Oh, God, I can see me driving down the road and it dropping down to my face. Now, I don't know if I told this story last week, but I was at work last week, I guess it was, and we were out on the yard looking at some trailers or something, trying to find some shelving or something. And we were in a John Deere Gator, and a spider dropped down from the ceiling, and we were moving pretty good. I just jumped out of the Gator. Tuck and roll, baby, tuck and roll. I was like, nope, It dropped down like right in front of my face. I was like, I'm out. And I just hit the bricks and rolled through the gravel. I was like, I ain't playing with that. No, we're not having any of that. And the bad thing is, I'm not as scared of spiders now as I used to be. So if that spider had fell on me before, I'd probably fainted and fell out of the thing, got run over. At least this way, I jumped clear of the Gator when I did it. But it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Let's see what we got. What we got? I about lost it. There we go. I got to find out where I'm at. I've got my eye. I got that hurricane. I can't read it. Rob, that hurricane is going to bring more snakes and spiders. Yep, I read that. Me too, Terrence. I think it's going to be north of us. I've got my eye on the tropical storm. I read all that. Let's see here. I have books worth of NFL rookie cards I've had since I was about 10 years old. I'm now almost 48. I should pull them out and look up their value. Yeah, I've got like Joe Montana rookies and Jerry Rice rookies and Steve Young rookies. I've got tons of those rookie cards, and eBay has really killed that. I think eBay is what killed the prices. They're so readily available now. Joe Montana's rookie years ago was $300 or a little over $300, and today that card's value is probably $20. It's very sad that I have all this stuff, and it's basically worthless now. Of course, it was always basically worthless. It's a piece of paper with a picture on it. So seriously, I mean, people paying that much money for this stuff was crazy to begin with. But I have a bunch of that stuff. I do have Reggie Jackson's rookie and an autographed ball and stuff like that. But it's really not worth anything now because there's nowhere to sell it unless you put it on eBay, and then you're just not getting anything for it. So I'm just holding on to it until I'm like 60, and I don't know. Maybe I'll include it with the Mustang when I take it to Barrett Jackson. When I was a kid growing up on the coast in South Texas, we would weather those hurricanes out. Now we evacuate the state. Yeah, I know, right, man? That no joke though. That one hurricane that J.J. Watt raised all that money for down there, that flooded everything. I mean, that's no joke. Or was that rains or hurricane? It was a hurricane, wasn't it? It wasn't just rains, was it? But either way, that was no joke. That was a lot of flooding right there. Hey, Gear, what's up, buddy? Sean, how is it going, buddy? Hope you're having a great Wednesday. I need to holler at you because it's been crazy. But I have a big unveiling tomorrow. 18 people on here. Watch out for the unveiling tomorrow. Huge unveiling coming tomorrow. The video is edited. It's ready to go up. Thumbnails made, everything. Huge unveiling tomorrow. Inland, they can pump out tornadoes and straight line winds. Very true. Them straight line winds will get you too. I remember the bad flood damage we had in Nashville that destroyed a lot of places and even destroyed Opry Mills Mall. I do remember that. I was in Nashville around the time that happened, or right after that happened, and I don't remember why I was in Nashville. We went up there for a concert or something. It wasn't Opry Mills, but or Opry Land. But I remember going by Opry Mills Mall and Opry Land Hotel and stuff like that, and it all had a bunch of flood damage. And I swear I don't remember why I was there. Run, Rob, run. Run right into the cockroaches and snakes. Oh, man, that water will drive up snakes. I didn't think about that, but that water, snakes are coming, buddy. Set out your snake traps. They're going to be in bed with you. The surge is what get New Jersey. I live on the Delaware River, and it backs up all the way from Delaware Bay. Yeah, that storm surge, man, that's no joke. That stuff is crazy. I keep messing with my hat because it's a new hat, and I'm trying to break it in, so I keep messing with it. It's not exactly broke in yet. But, yeah, stay safe on those storm surges because that's crazy. Yellow All, good afternoon. Rob Yoda, how are you doing, buddy? Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Welcome to the live stream. Good spider, dead spider. Exactly. About like a snake. I've heard that with snakes. Only good snake is a dead snake. But only good spider is definitely a dead spider. I 100,000% agree with that. We used to have some spiders at work, and I was like, I ain't dealing with this. I ain't doing it. You're going to have to find somebody else to do his job. Hey, guys, just finished dinner. Welcome to the live stream, Krista. What'd you have? What'd you have for dinner? I'm thinking I'm going to have Taco Bell. But what'd you have? Of course, I had Mexican for lunch, too. It was Dollar Taco Day. Not at Taco Bell, though. But that place will be closed by the time this live stream's over. So the only place on this end of town that's actually worth eating is kind of Taco Bell. We got a McDonald's, a Hardee's, and a Wendy's, but I just ain't feeling those places right now. Have you recovered from washing those vehicles, Andy? Yeah, Sean, I did. I was actually sore for a few days. I ain't gonna lie. I spent about 8 hours or so washing those two vehicles and getting them cleaned up and everything. And I was sore for a couple days. I ain't lie. I ain't as young as I used to be. And I I'm no spring chicken anymore, and I don't recuperate. Used to, I could wash 4 or 5 vehicles a day. Now I wash 2, and I think I'm going to pass out. Of course, it was like 95 degrees, but nonetheless, I thought I was going to pass out. But yep, I have recovered fully. It's probably in your account drain line. Account drain line. I'm lost. I must have been too far behind on goal. What are you talking about, account drain line? Let me know, because I must have been lost somewhere. I forgot what we was talking about. Hello, Krista. Hey, Terrence. Does anybody have one of those new Ford drain plugs on their vehicles? Saw one today. Don't know if I like it. Just a quarter turn, and it comes off. No more bolt. I don't. My Mustang's old enough. It still has a bolt. And I don't think I would like that at all. That would have to be extremely tight with a very good detent for me to feel comfortable with only turning something a quarter inch and it coming out. I don't like that. I understand that engineers get paid a lot of money to design stuff like that. I totally get it. But I don't like it. Just don't like it. I saw a chicken snake in the yard and I ran because it scared me. And I was looking for a garden hoe to kill it with. Well, let me ask you this. Did you find your hoe and did you kill it? Just wondered. Just heard something about spiders. LOL, hello gear. Scott, hey buddy, man, that place you took that corn to, I forget, what was it? It wasn't an ethanol place. What was it they was making? Biofuel. Anyway, that place was huge. And I liked how they did that. You pulled that truck up there and it looked to me like you dump it from the bottom into like some grates. Seemed very easy to dump. They've got that stuff down pat. That was pretty cool. I'd never seen that before. Thanks for posting that picture. Hi, Krista. Hey, Richard. You're trading the Tundra for an AT4 6.2. Nope, the Tundra is right there. The Tundra is not going anywhere. My big unveiling did not affect any vehicle that I currently own, and nor will it. It's everything's staying exactly, everything's even parked exactly where it was. I'm waiting for the unveiling. That will be tomorrow morning, probably about normal, about 4:30. Since I get up so early, it's just easier for me to upload my video early, get everything done early in the morning, and then I have the rest of the day to shoot more videos and answer comments. So that's why I do that. But that's about the normal time I do it now. About 4:30 in the morning, you have all day to watch it. Hey, Gear, how's the new Jeep? I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know at all. Gets me every time you edit. I know, right? I know. I don't edit much, but I do edit a little. I'm required to edit some. I have to do it. So if I find a tarantula, are you interested in using it as therapy for your arachnophobia? See, now I'm the kind of person that don't believe meeting your fears head on actually does anything. I'm not a firm believer that, people say, oh, you got to meet your fear head on to conquer it. Nah. To me, meeting your fear head on when you could just as easily go around it makes way more sense. Makes way more sense. No need to chance anything happening. So you know what? You just go ahead and eat that for supper and tell me how it tastes. I love snakes and spiders. Edge, that's not normal. Just saying. Frozen pizza. Well, at least you're holding true to saying that Rob's only going to get frozen food when he eats at home. At least you're holding true to that. And some frozen pizzas aren't bad. Tell you all the truth about it, I really like those little Geno's frozen pizzas. Those are probably my favorite frozen pizzas. It usually takes 2 of them to fill me up because they're so thin and there's not much of it. But I really like them. I've always liked them since I was a kid, and nothing has changed now. And sometimes I crave those, and I'll go to the store and just buy like a huge stack of them, throw them in the freezer, and just eat them all week. It happens sometimes. But that's my favorite frozen pizza. And I'm not a huge DiGiorno fan. I don't know why. I'm just not a huge DiGiorno fan. I eat a whole bag of Lay's chips for supper, and I'm supposed to be on a diet. Well, yeah, I was thinking about dieting myself because the beach is coming up, and yeah, I just couldn't really get into all that again. I don't have time. I just don't have time to diet. Let me explain that. When I say I don't have time to diet, I have time to diet. I could physically not eat. I don't like being hungry. And if I'm going to lose weight, like I said in my video, I have to lose it fast. So I have to go run. I have to do push-ups. I have to do sit-ups. I have to do burpees. I have to do all this stuff. And I don't have time to incorporate that all into my day every day. I could probably incorporate it a few days a week, but not every day. That being said, if I can't incorporate exercise every day into my day, I find it very lacking for me to diet, because I'm not losing the weight fast enough, and I just see myself being starving hungry, and then I just wind up breaking down and eating. I don't know. I'm a little behind. There we go. Hendo Taco. Glad to see your internet's better than Rob's. Your hamster's on the wheel, but he be on the crack. He is, man. He is fired up and running. Now, actually, when I'm down there, my internet's a little lackluster. I don't know what it is. You'd think with clear skies and everything, it would work better, but it seems to work better in the winter in the yard than it does up here. So I'm on the carport now. I'm closer to the router and everything. So internet seems to be a little better up here. So that's why I started doing it up here. I just back the Roush up a little bit, and then I just sit here and do it. Jimmy, how's it going, buddy? Welcome to the live stream on this great Wednesday evening that is blistering hot. That Ford drain plug is insane. The oil fished out like crazy. Where'd y'all see this drain plug at? Was it online? I must have missed it. I've not been online much today, I will say that. As y'all know, I've been looking for a vehicle, and I've been online every day looking for those vehicles, and I about online out. I ain't even gonna lie. I about burn out on it. So I haven't been online much today. Had a bad experience with a tarantula once. Only one of us made it out alive. That is exactly what would happen. And if it was me, we wouldn't be talking right now. I've never seen a tarantula alive in the wild. I've seen tarantulas. I've had friends that had tarantulas, and they tried to get me to hold it, and I was like, you have lost your ever-loving mind, and if you put that thing on me, one of us is only going to make it out alive. And I wasn't talking about the spider. But I've never seen one out in open. We don't have anything like that here, thank God. We have wolf spiders that get pretty big, but not tarantula size. I said like that. They probably get about like this. They get maybe a little bit smaller than a baseball. And I've only seen one of them get that big. My buddy caught it, and he threatened to put it on me, and I was like, yeah, all day. But I'm glad we don't have anything like that here. Those things don't have big fangs either like tarantulas. I'm out. No thanks. Out. Krista, come to my house, and I will fix you some green beans and mixed beans, carrots, and thin meatloaf. What is thin meatloaf? Is it not just meatloaf and you just cut it thin? So would you not just be making meatloaf? I mean, I'm just curious. Is there such a thing as thin meatloaf? I've never heard of thin meatloaf. I've heard of meatloaf, but not thin meatloaf. I believe some of those big spiders are legged food. Just throw them in the deep fryer. People eat them. People do eat them. I'm not one of those people, but people do eat them. Hey, Andy, when's your birthday? I know it's close to mine, which is the 13th. Scott, mine is the 22nd of this month, so I've got a couple more weeks. So yours is a lot closer than mine. You've got, what, 3 days? I do want to tell you this story. This is funny. My mom's birthday was yesterday. And I thought I was going to Asheville to look at a vehicle Saturday. So I got her card and everything, you know, and I wrote Mom on it in real big letters because I thought I was going over to see her Saturday. Mosquito. And I wound up not going. So I want to take her this card maybe this weekend because I've got Mom wrote in huge letters, so now I can't address it and send it to her. So yesterday, I called her real early in the morning. I have to be at work at 6 o'clock, so I called her real early. She has to be up too early. And wished her a happy birthday. She actually didn't answer the phone, and she called me back, and then I wished her, a happy birthday. She calls me today at like noon-ish, and she goes, what am I going to do with you? And I said, what are you talking about? She goes, what am I going to do with you? And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. She said, you didn't call and wish me a happy birthday yesterday. I said, I did. I called you early in the morning. And she was like, no, you didn't. And I said, I did too. And she was like, oh no. And she was just swearing up and down I didn't call her. And I was like, I started telling her about the conversation, about the card, because I told her about the card. And she was like, I do remember that conversation, but that was the day before. So I actually screenshot it on my phone where I called her and circled it in red and put an arrow to it and like text it to her so she would see that I actually did call her. Wrote, love you, have a good day. Because she swore up and down I didn't call her, and I did. I did. I totally did. Funny. What do we got here? I lose my place. When I take my finger off the screen, it's gone. It jumps. It does it automatically too. Let's see here. But mine's on the 22nd, Scott. Happy early birthday, because I'll send you DM on Instagram, but I won't see you on here. So I want to physically tell you happy early birthday. AC drain and not account freaking autocorrect. I understand. They just came out with a horror movie about storm surge and gators and snakes. They did, and I can't wait to see that. It's called Crawl, and I think it comes out this Friday, and I can't wait to see it. I'll go watch it, and I'll think of you and the snakes and the gators. That sounds good, Richard. Happy Wednesday, Gear. Springfield, happy Wednesday, buddy. Hope you had a great one. Welcome to the live stream. Gear is getting a Tacoma. Nah, I looked at Tacomas, but I didn't. Gear can't handle a Tacoma. I can't fit in a Tacoma. I'm too tall. I think that new Gator movie is called Crawl. It is, Nick. It totally is, and I can't wait to see it. Oops, don't open that box I sent. I won't. I'll shake it really hard to make sure whatever's inside it's all shook up and disoriented. Yep, I think you're right, Nick. It is. That's what it's called. Glad you liked the ethanol pics. It was ethanol, okay. Very cool place. A lot going on. Obviously, it runs around clock. That's crazy. And I would imagine it needs to, because so many people's using that stuff now, running cars and stuff like that and trucks, that I'm sure anywhere that makes any kind of fuel is pretty much run around the clock with all the vehicles that's on the road. I mean, it's crazy. And most families like us have more than one vehicle. So it's just crazy about how much fuel is probably being produced right now. And Strings are laughing at Rob. He's the one who bought a frozen pizza at the store. That's right, Rob. Treat her up to something nice. Frozen pizza. I know you're living on a YouTube salary. I get it. Tacoma, that's a man's truck. I know. I've owned a Tacoma. It was a regular cab too. That was the most cramped up vehicle I've almost ever owned. I owned a BMW Z3 Roadster that was probably smaller than that, but those two vehicles were pretty close as far as cabin room. That's what I'm saying, Terry. That's what I'm saying. You can't listen to Rob. He talks. He's got an impediment, so you don't know if that's what he's saying or not. Quest protein pizzas from Kroger's are my favorite, and they're good for you. I didn't know that. We don't even have a Kroger here. The closest Kroger we have is in Johnson City, which is like 45 minutes away for me. Hey, Scott, good evening, Gear. How's it going, brother? CJ, it's going great. Hope you had a great Wednesday as well. Hope you're having a great Wednesday evening. I'm thinking about supper. I'm thinking about Taco Bell probably. I'm probably going to get one of those nacho boxes that have like just a bunch of nachos and like double beef. That's probably what I'm getting. That's actually what Pam had. She offered to bring me one home, and I was like, I'll just go get it after the live stream. There's a guy on YouTube I watched that did an oil change on F-150. It was ridiculous. Must have a special funnel at the dealer. What? Now, if that's crazy if they're going to start making oil changes proprietary where you're required to take it into the dealer. I mean, that's just stupid. Come on, Ford. Ford's crazy. No offense, but if you own an F-150, I'm sorry, that is stupid. Now I don't do my own oil changes, and I have a reason for that. And maybe I do a video on it, but I'll tell y'all why. I don't do my own oil changes. One is because the Mustang's way low, and I can't get up underneath it. But that's not it. By the time you buy your oil and you buy the filter and you do all this stuff and you figure the time you've got in it, I'm not sure you save a bunch of money. But if you let the factory, the dealership, do your oil, not factory, but dealership, do your oil change, it shows up on a Carfax. So if you ever go to sell this car, let's say whenever I take the Mustang, my total plan for the Mustang, I've said it before, is to like take it to whatever auction big auction is still around in 30 years, whether it's Barrett Jackson or Macomb or whatever it is. Um, my plan is to take it there. And when I take it in there, as long as I've had the oil changes done at a dealership, I can print off a Carfax if that's still going on. I would imagine it will. And it will show the complete history of every oil change that's ever been done to this car. And it makes people feel better about buying it. And that's why I take my vehicle to the dealership. But it has nothing to do with it being proprietary and me not being able to do it. Because that's crazy. Because people like doing that. That way they know it's done right. Did you see them horror stories online where people take their cars into the dealership to have the oil changed and they don't change the oil and they just bring it back out there and they put like a little dash cam on it and they joyride it somewhere, and I don't let them do that, man. They started to take my car out the wrong way that day, and I started around the building. I was like, you ain't joyriding in my Mustang, you lost your mind. But so I always stay where I can see my cars so they can't do anything like that. But it's horror stories sometimes. Have you been to Arkansas before? I have never been past Memphis. I went to Memphis when I was a child to see Elvis's home. It was like a vacation, and that's as far as I've been west. Hey Rob, what's up, brother? How's it going? Okay, guys, going to eat everyone. Now, Edge, this is a G-rated channel, buddy. You can't say things like that on here. All right, I'll let it go this time, but just try not to say that again, all right? Have a wonderful week, and see you all on the next one. To be up in 8 hours, don't forget, subscribe and be notified. I appreciate that, Edge. I have a feeling if you eat every one, we're going to have a wonderful week. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. I know what you meant. You have a great night, Edge. Thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate it. I got gray wood spider on me once, freaked out. Man, these comments can really go south fast. Thin meatloaf, it's just made thin. That's what I figured. And you don't make meatloaf thin, you just slice it thin. Hey, CJ, just swearing to death down here. How you doing? You're swearing to death? I bet that's horrible. What kind of rant are you on? I'm betting you mean sweating. Rob Motive, I didn't know they had a funnel for it. They have the new drain plugs, and you need to remove a skid plate and even get to it forward, LOL. You have to remove the skid plate. I point over here like I've still got an F-150. But you had to remove the skid plate on mine to do it too. And the bad part is when I put the skid plate back on, they never tightened those little T-nuts back down. And I drove it to the beach one time. When I got there was only one T-nut holding my skid plate on. Every time I went and got my oil change, I would always get up underneath it with like a multi-tool before I left the dealership and make sure it was securely tightened so that it wouldn't come off, because it always came off if I didn't do that. They never would securely tighten that down. It was crazy. I know you've been to Nashville, Tennessee, but have you also been to Memphis as well? It has been a very long time since I've been to Memphis, but yes, I have been to Memphis. That long sleeve shirt is giving me heat exhaustion. Me too, Bo. Me too. I've kind of gotten used to it. There is a very, very small breeze, maybe 5 mile an hour, 4 mile an hour. That's the only thing that's keeping me from sweating bullets right now. Rob Yoda, there's a bar that runs right in front of the plug and the oil hits it as it fishes out. Goes all over the place. I could believe that. Ford would make a vehicle with a bar over the oil drain plug. Makes total sense. Rob, you need to go see that movie. I agree. Take him to see that movie. Take him. Soon as it hits on like Thursday night at midnight, perfect time to go see it. Maybe, just maybe, the storm will be hitting then, and you all can see it during the storm. That'd be pretty nice. I like watching Shark Week while I'm at the beach. I'm weird, but I do. I really love it when Shark Week comes on. Now, Shark Week comes on like the week before we leave for the beach, or a week and a half before we leave for the beach. So I will be watching that the week before I go. But there's been several years that Shark Week actually hit while we were at the beach. I love watching that while I'm there. I don't know why. It don't freak me out to get in the water. But what freaks me out more is now Florida has all this flesh-eating bacteria. And I've got a habit of biting my fingernails, and there's like places like that on my fingers. And I'm like, God, I'm going to get a flesh-eating bacteria in my hand. It's going to eat my finger off. I don't worry as much about sharks. Although 2 days after I left Destin, my buddy caught an 8-foot bull shark. It was like 400 pounds from the beach that I was just standing on 2 days before. And I seen that shark. I know I seen that shark from the room. He sent me pictures of it. It's huge. I got it on Instagram, that picture. But that's a big, big shark. And they hauled it in on the beach. One came in the shop with a new oil drain. I guess they have a special funnel you can use with them. Someone told me they're not that new. I believe they were out since 2016. Mine was a 2012, I think it was. That's the last Ford I've owned, other than the Mustang. Also, Ford is one of the only companies with no gas cap. What gives? Oh, man, what is it? My wife's car don't have a gas cap. Her Honda Civic don't have a gas cap. It has a lock, and it's pretty cool because it does have a locking gas cover. If your door is locked, it locks the gas cap. If your driver's door is unlocked, the gas cap's unlocked. It's pretty cool. Sorry, Ford. One of the only companies that, yeah. And yeah, my Ford didn't either, but my wife's Honda Civic, 2018 Civic SI, doesn't have a gas cap. The one I saw was a 2018. I'm spending $500 at Best Buy on a new Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e tablet that works with my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus phone and will let me answer the phone on the tablet when my phone is in the other room. Yeah, I used to have an iPad and it would do the same thing. Years ago. My iPad's so slow now it don't work. I'm thinking about running over it with my truck and putting it on YouTube. Just ain't come up with a clever way to do it yet. I believe you're missing a Samsung Note. No Critter movie. Come on, don't be a sissy. Go see the movie with Krista. You can't make your wife go see that alone. You got to be a man. You got to, man through it. Do man things like watch Gator movies. Go Gators. Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus is better than the Note. Oh, Rob, you're mean. He's a sissy. I'm just thinking of her, Sean. It's for her own good. Sounds like to me she's thinking about you getting scared. Rob on a plane with critters? Now that would be a funny movie. I don't like planes that much. My least amount of fear would be the critters on it. My fear is it's going to fall 30,000 feet out of the air. I flew, but I wasn't the biggest fan. True, I'm just jealous. I have the 9 Plus. Then again, it's kind of pointless where I'm at. We don't have 5G. I doubt we have 5G here either. And there's so many people on 4G LTE now that it's actually slow. The last time I let someone else change my oil, check engine light came on halfway home, 20 miles one way. I checked the oil level. It was a quart low and a quart and a half low. Good Lord, that's horrible. But the good news is, if that engine would have blew, it happened here in Greenville. Somebody went and had their oil changed at one of them little oil places, and they forgot to put the oil drain plug in. They left and drove up the road. It blew their engine. That company had to put a new engine in. So the good news is, at least if you do something wrong and blow the engine, you got to pay for it. But if they do something wrong and blow the engine, they got to pay for it. That's the only good part about that. Rob Yoda, I don't get 5G in the country, but when I'm in the city, I will get 5G on my phone. I called the dealership, and they had the nerve to tell me to drive the truck back to the dealership. I said, no, you send me 2 quarts of oil to me. I don't blame you there at all. I wouldn't have drove it back with a quart and a half. I would have probably put a quart and a half in it, then went back to the dealership. I'd have done a video. Let me rephrase. I would have done a video of it being a quart and a half low. I would have showed me putting a quart and a half in it. I would have went back to the dealer and demanded they give me a couple of free oil changes. That kind of happened to my Tundra. Sort of. Same thing. I actually went to the dealership one time to have my oil changed in the Tundra, and they did everything but change the oil. And they called me a week later and told me to bring the truck back up there because they'd forgot to change the oil. They just didn't do it. They said they didn't do it. They said that when they get free oil changes, they do a audit on those, and it showed up that he didn't check the box. He may or may not have done it, but since the box wasn't checked, they wanted to redo it. And since I had to come back up there, they gave me a couple free oil changes. My truck has a door where the oil filter and drain is. Very easy. Yeah, you got a TRD skid plate on yours, which I would like to have for mine. Botox, LOL, that's exactly why I do the oil on my own vehicles. I don't trust any of them. Very true, very true. But like I said before, the bad part is if you screw something up, that comes out of your pocket then. That sucks. I'm going to move to Memphis, Tennessee when I can. Memphis is very crime ridden. It's one of the highest crime ridden places in America. Avoid that like the plague. Long sleeves, black hat. Are you anemic? I am anemic. I am. No, I'm not really. I'm not. Hunter said, hi. What's up, buddy? How's it going? Welcome to the live stream, Hunter. Been missing you, buddy. Hadn't seen you in a while. How is the 5? Hey, how did you like the beach? I know you just got back. How was it? How's the 5G on your phone? Is it what they said it was, or are we disappointed? I'm leaving for the beach next week. Ha, Gear Runner, meeting a real estate agent. Yeah, there's my stalker, and she's going down there to buy a house so that she can And she was looking chloroform up online today. I just want y'all to know that. She told me that at work. She can't deny it. She said, she'd come up laughing. She goes, you know what I was just looking up? I was like, what? She's like, chloroform. And I was like, whoa. And then she's like, I'm going to meet an agent at the beach. And then she like picked up a bunch of tie straps and stuck them in her pocket. So I don't know. She didn't. If anybody from John Deere's watching this, she did not pick up tie straps. I'm just kidding about that part. But she was looking up chloroform, and she is going to see a real estate agent at the beach. I was making up the tie straps. She's going to buy them out of her own pocket with the chloroform and tie me up and take me down there and put me in a beach chair and be like, look, you're going to love me or I'm putting you out in the water deeper. I can see it happening. What else comes with the round lights? Old school Mustang really doesn't matter anything with those lights. Is normally old enough to be cool. True, very true. Rob Yoda, no way. I made them sign a paper that my truck was a quart and a half low after driving 10 miles. And I told them if any damage was done, I would see them court. Don't blame you at all. Rob Yoda, 5G is a lot faster and better than 4G. It should be because not everybody has it, so it's not overwhelmed like 4G is right now. Shoot the iPad BCM versus Apple. I could do that. I've thought about shooting it. I've thought about running over it. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet. iPhone, Apple garbage. I love my iPhone. I've been an iPhone person for years and had very little trouble out of them. Botox, I would have done the same thing and get everything in writing as a certified ASC mechanic. It scares me that you can't do anything yourself anymore. Yeah, they're making everything proprietary just so you have to bring it back to the dealer. And they're not lowering the prices, I can guarantee you that. If they make it where you have to bring it to the dealer for an oil change, they've got a monopoly on it now, they'll raise that price. Rob, I watched your live stream last time while I was in the tub. I hope you're not in the tub right now. If you are, get out, put some clothes on, finish the live stream. And Rob, I was watching your live stream on my phone. That's scary. Some manufacturers will even void the warranty if you do your own oil changes. That is why I take it in and get everything. Yeah, that's true. They do. Some of them do. Great Bean, now I have a scary visual. I have a horrible visual. It's not scary. It's god-awful. Beans are laughing, but I guess it's okay. Gear watches in the shower. I listen in the shower. Totally different things. I don't watch. I set the phone on the windowsill and I just listen. Rob Yoda, I will not own a vehicle that I can't change the fluids in. That's probably good, but you know, eventually, it wouldn't surprise me if everything was proprietary and you could not change your oil, and everything's going to get old enough where you can't drive it forever and you'll have to upgrade, and then you're in trouble. Strangely, I'm thinking of that Queen movie. I've never seen that Queen movie. My wife went and watched it, but I didn't go. Her and my stepdaughter went. Big music people they are. String Bean, thank you for the info. I might need to get the new phone. I will never switch from Apple. I love my XS. Yeah, I ain't switching from Apple either. I do like some things about the Samsung better than the Apple, and I like things about the Apple better than the Samsung, but I'm not willing to learn a new operating system just for a few things I like better. Not going to do it. I know how to edit through iMovie. As long as I'm a YouTuber, I don't see me switching. Apple rules. Totally agree. It sounds like a good time at the beach. Just don't tell Pam. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I know, right? Samsung and Sony is the leader in 4K and new technology. You should see it. I never knew he was Indian. It was an interesting movie. They bought it. We actually own it. I've just never seen it. Botox, I said the same thing. Then I bought a new vehicle that comes with a maintenance package. What they don't tell you is after reading my warranty, if you do use it, if you don't use it, you void your warranty. That makes sense, yeah. And that a lot of lifetime warranties are like that. A ton of lifetime warranties. You don't get everything done to dealer. Years from now, we'll all be running on battery. Looks like that's horrible. If they're going to do that, they better make it where I can drive from my house right here, where I'm sitting in the driveway, to Florida and never have to charge that thing. I had a guy at Tesla try to tell me, that driving a gas-powered vehicle from my house to Florida, from Tennessee to Florida, would be no different in a Tesla. And I said, you're nuts. There's no way. This thing has like a 400-mile range. He was like, or maybe been like 350. I think I was going to charge it literally like 3 times. He goes, yeah, you stop and eat. I said, no, I don't. I do not. I go through a drive-through. If I stop, I go inside to use the bathroom and grab something to eat and leave and eat while I'm driving. I don't like to stop and waste time. And he was like, it only takes like 30 minutes to an hour. He must not be listening, because that automatically puts me at the least amount of time, an hour and a half. There's no way I don't spend 20 minutes, the total trip stopped, that I'm not driving. It don't happen. When I tell you guys I make it back from Florida in 7 hours and 45 minutes or 8 hours, that includes the stops. We don't stop a lot. And he was crazy trying to convince me of that. I will never buy an electric. I'll probably never buy an electric vehicle unless I have to. But I will never buy an electric vehicle unless I can leave Tennessee and drive all the way to Florida and never stop for anything. After my warranty, after my warranty is up, then I'll take it from there. Very true. As long as LS crate motors are being produced, that's the route I'll go. I totally understand. I don't blame you at all. I'm thinking about trading my car for a 2019 Chevy Blazer. Have you heard anything about them? I have not heard anything about them. It's a Chevy, though. I don't put a lot of faith in that. Just kidding. I've not. It's new. At least if you buy a new one, hey, you got a warranty on it if anything happens. But you're fixing to buy a house at the beach, there, stalker. What are you doing buying new cars? My new Samsung tablet will have a 15-hour battery life. Botox. LOL, that's my Toyota Tundra, is LS3. I was tired of buying parts and modifying parts for Toyota. So much easier when there's a bunch of stuff out there for it. Very true. Very true. You buy something common that's already got a lot of upgraded parts available. You don't have to worry about modifying your own. That's how we are when we travel. Yeah, I don't like to waste time. I have a buddy that goes to Florida, and they stop at like flea markets, and they stop at these other stores, and they stop here, and I'm like, what? No. That's the guy I golf with, and I'm like, nope, nope. When we go somewhere, we ain't stopping nowhere. Because if we go play golf at like Myrtle Beach, we used to do that every year. We didn't do it this year. But I drive. He gets the room. I drive. And there's no stopping. My mom's Toyota Highlander gets us from Massachusetts to Maine in one take. I think it's 370 miles. Yep. She's got a 4Runner, don't she? It's not a Highlander, it's a 4Runner. Yeah. Stalker got a raise. She must have. I didn't hear about that. Wait, what? The Stalker's here? The Stalker's here. Ha, no raise. Been saving money like crazy this year. Can I have some? I mean, I am the person you're stalking. Can I have some money? I got something I need to pay off. Rob Yoda, you got it. I don't give a dang what kind of new tech they come out with. The pushrod V8s are the cream of the cream. The cream de la cream. Yep, I agree. Well, people, we've been on here right at an hour. I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go get something to eat. Stay tuned tomorrow for the huge unveiling. Hope y'all like it, because I got to pay for it. But, again, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you very much. Hope y'all have a great evening and a great rest of your week. Love y'all. See you next time. Maybe. How do I cut this thing off? Where's my X? I can't see it. Bye. Wait a minute. Bye, Gear. I miss you. Have a great night. Gear. You all too. Gear. I get it.